Hey buddy, welcome back to the channel and to World of Warships. So today I thought I'd talk to you about one of what I consider being the strongest ship in this ranked season. And that is the Henri 4th. Now if you followed my channel before and watch my earlier videos, you know that I recently unlocked this ship and since then have had a real blast playing this ship. This ship is a pure beast, and I was wondering if it would have the same effect in the current ranked season meta with fewer teammates and a bit of smaller maps and carriers as well. And my experience so far is that this ship is just as powerful in the ranked season as it is in random gameplays. As you probably know, I showcased a couple of my random videos of this ship where I managed to get 265, 275, 285k damage games, and those high damage games just continue to stack up. I managed to get more games than I have time to pretty much showcase on the channel, and even though there is so much fewer ships in ranked, and of course with that comes a whole lot of less enemy health pool to farm, you will see in this game that it's not really an issue in this ship, because you can still have those 250, 260, 270k games even in the ranked season. And that is pretty much my point about this ship being the strongest ship in this ranked season. And that is the fact that if you, for some reason, are not on the winning team, which you are most of the times playing this ship, because you can often carry at least one or two other players with the damage output of this ship. So if you, for some reason, you find yourself not being on the winning team, well, the chances that you have done enough damage to secure the #1 spot on the losing team, which means that you won't be losing one of your stars, is pretty much guaranteed, I would say. And as you can see in this game, I will take a whole lot of punishment, I will tank a whole lot of damage from the enemy team. I do get a whole lot of citadels by these battleships and the Stalingrad as well, but this ship isn't really that affected by taking huge chunks of damage like I do in this game and also in my other random games, because you can always heal a whole lot of the health pool back, and the instances where the enemy team has the opportunity to actually chunk you for that much of your health pool is not really that common actually, because you have your extreme range and also your extreme French cruiser speed with your speed boosts. And if you want to check out my ship build and my captain build for this ship, I will link one of my earlier Henri videos in the description below, so you can check that out if you want to look how I tend to spec my ships to get these damage outputs. And I do spec my ship exactly the same way in this ranked season as I do in randoms. First, I wasn't really sure about using the legendary module even in ranked season, but it actually seems to be just as effective as in randoms. Now, while I melt down these poor curvers, I thought I'd just showcase some of the games I had. This is one evening sitting down playing ranked season. And as you can see, this ship is pretty consistent in the damage output and being able to secure the #1 spot on either the winning or the losing team. So all these games was from the same evening, and as you can see, I'm pretty often between 220 or 250k damage done, and as you also can see, the achievements are just raining in. I have never seen a ship that I get so many heroic achievements as this ship. It's just insane. So yeah, this is my #1 pick for random, for ranked, and for clan battles for sure. This ship, I mean, no ship can really face this ship one-on-one. I mean, I'm taking out Stalingrad's Curfirst, Montanas, Yamatos, Saus. I even beat Saus in fire spamming. I mean, it's pretty silly almost. I'm just waiting for Wargaming to take the nerf bat to this ship, but since it's releasing a whole lot of other really crazy ships, I'm not really sure if they're gonna do that or not. But if I want to have 200k games, this is the ship that I just sit down in, and in a couple of games I usually have a whole lot of high damage games. So I got the Wither and also the Arsonist pretty much 1 second after the other. And as I just said before, if you're looking to get a whole lot of achievements in this ship, I mean, this ship is the #1 pick for high damage games, high amount of achievement games. I mean, just look at my earlier Henri videos. I mean, I think I had more achievements in this ship in the little amount of time that I played it than I probably had in 20 other ships during the whole time I played them. So unfortunately, as you can see in this game, my team crumbles a bit. They are just dying left, right and center. I could probably have played this match differently. I mean, there's always ways and things you can second guess your own playstyle with. But what I have learned by playing all these games in the Henri is that Henri is a very kind of selfish ship. I think Flamo was the one who called this the most selfish tier 10 cruiser of all. And I could somewhat relate to him saying that, because the playstyle of the Henri is pretty much sitting in the back and just spamming damage to the enemy team. And since it is a kind of a selfish playstyle, you could say, because I'm out for myself and getting these high damage games as a result. I also would like to say that it's not really that selfish, because you are actually burning down, killing ships, which of course in the end helps out your team. And even though battleships doesn't really realize it, sometimes you usually do help out battleships in a battleship versus battleship duel by burning down the opponent of your friendly battleship. So but I can totally relate to people thinking Henri being AFK or just sitting in the back doing nothing, but when the match ends and the results are displayed, usually people realize that the Henri was the ship that pretty much made the most damage. So it's only me and these 2 destroyers left on my team versus 5 of the enemy team. So I'm not gonna lie, this game doesn't look that good. I've done 140k damage so far, but I am not even near the end in this game. And as you can see, being the only ship with high detection, I'm getting spotted and focused as soon as someone spots me, pretty much. But that's pretty okay actually in this ship, because you have great maneuverability, great speed, great range. So even though I'm alone, pretty much, being the only detected ship on our team against 5 enemy ships, I'm gonna fare pretty well, as you can see here. This poor Hindenburg showing broadside. And as you can see, the French AP is really potent, but sometimes you actually get a bit lazy. You don't really change ammunition at some specific places where you could probably have gotten a bit of a higher salvo. But these HE shells are just so consistent in their damage output and the fire chance that it really doesn't really matter if you sometimes miss out on a perfect AP salvo, because these are 240mm guns that has no problem punching through the bow armor on the British Minotaur. And of course me using the IFHE skill, which is a great addition and pretty much a must-have captain skill for this ship line. Then, as you can see, I'm just burning down Stalingrads, Moskvas, Des Moines, and every battleship in the game. So as you can see, just a few seconds ago I was at 140k damage. Now I'm closing into 240k damage, just burning down these battleships and cruisers. So I secured the second kill of the game, and here I actually thought that I was toast, but sometimes RNGesus giveth and sometimes RNGesus taketh away. So you have to be lucky sometimes, right? But as you can see, I'm down to 11k health. But I can still pump out a whole lot of damage. That was the second achievement, the high caliber, that I earned in this game. Now, as you can see, we have evened out the score a bit. The problem is that their Des Moines is pushing into our only cap, and our destroyers won't be able to spot him. So he will soon go dark, because he just realized that I will just keep on resetting him. So he has stopped shooting and he will go dark, and unfortunately he will be able to cap us out. Now the enemy do have a Kremlin as well. So I start to farm him instead, because he's only ship that my destroyer buddies are able to spot for me. Now I'm not really sure why the enemy, the friendly Shimakaze smokes up here. He should be able to stay out of detection range of a battleship, because now the Kremlin will soon be unspotted, and that will pretty much seal my faith, because the enemy Des Moines, after capping us out, starts to engage me again. So of course I can't really ignore him, so I'm starting to shoot him, but I'm looking over at where the Kremlin was last spotted, because I know he's there somewhere. I know he will probably pop out behind that island, and he pops out, I react, but a few seconds too late, unfortunately. So that was kind of a missed opportunity, because if I had been able to see him, been able to react a bit sooner, I'm pretty sure I could have probably melted down both the Kremlin and the Des Moines, because that is pretty much the strength of this ship, as you can see in the top right corner. 2 kills, 12 fires, 3 citadels, 13 cap resets, 3 heroic achievements, and 270k damage in a loss, unfortunately. But as you can see, a pretty good game, and of course, as I said before, you usually make number 1 in the team, even though in a loss. So you keep your star, which is extremely important in ranked, because then you won't go back down the ladder, you will keep your place, so to speak. And as you can see, almost 100k in fire damage, and of course I tanked 2 million potential damage for the team, so not really that selfish ship after all. And of course some good credits and experience as well. So guys, I want to thank you so much for checking out this video. Please leave a like and a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more amazing World of Warship gameplays. But as I said, Henri is the number 1 pick and the strongest ship in ranked season. Pretty much the same as in random gameplay. Until next time guys, have a good one. Bye bye.